Hi, everybody. Welcome back to episode 30 of the Eyes Wide Open podcast. I am your host, Kiah. Yet again, thank you guys for tuning back in with me. Today, I am just kind of coming on here, sharing my thoughts about myself, my codependency, to independence, to this shedding energy that I have going on right now in Scorpio season. So if you're interested in just a little message, a little chit chat, a little uplifting, some good, you know what I'm saying? Stick around because it's on the way. Cue the intro. Wait, could y'all hear that? I got my wisdom teeth pulled, and ever since I feel like I can't do it anymore. Cue the intro. Boop. Hi everybody, how's it going? So I really hadn't had a full episode in my mind this week. I really had just been doing a lot of thinking and contemplating, and if anytime that ever happens to me and I'm recording, it usually just is like a lot of like heaviness on my mind, and I probably need to just come spill it out to you guys. So I just want to come and spill. I want to chat. I want to talk about being more independent and less codependent, and that something that I had to work on as a person, because a lot of times, I don't want to use the term a lot of times, but there were times that I had fallen into being more codependent instead of independent, and it was really difficult for me to understand that balance, or like what habits are creating that in my life. And so I have done just a lot all year. Literally, this has been a year-long, like, realization, revelation. Like, I have to get better about being, more independent in ways that are healthy for me. Like, I know I'm an independent person. I'm a person who tends to do a lot on my own for myself, and that's great. But I had to learn where I was being codependent that was hindering me, because there's definitely areas that, in past relationships, I was more codependent or had like tendency to lean into that. And especially with regards to like self-worth. So if you're out there and you have struggled with this, first of all, you're not alone. Hi, I'm Kiah. I've struggled being codependent before, and I'm just really happy to fully embrace my independence. There is an ant on my easel. Go away, you little ant. Sorry. I'm really happy to be coming into it, and it's like positive and it's healthy and it's happy and it makes me feel really good. So today on my way to work, I drive like 35 minutes-ish, 40 minutes, and I just was thinking. And I was crying, and I just felt like this shedding coming off of my body. Like a full energetic shed. It was very interesting. And this is what led me to realize, like, I have to talk about this today. But I just was shedding like old ways of thinking. Like, wow, I used to do that. Wow, I used to think like that. Wow, I used to put that in someone else's hands. I used to, feel like it's other people's responsibility to make me feel good or make me be happy, or a partner's responsibility, and it is not at all. And ever since I have worked to embrace myself and loved myself unconditionally throughout any highs or lows, throughout my own ups or downs, I noticed that I'm just a happier person. You know what I mean? I'm mentally, physically, and emotionally like better. I sleep better at night. I wake up happier. I don't like beat myself up so much. I really had to let go of like holding other people accountable to make me feel good. And I noticed that once I did that, everything was better. And it's crazy because that's literally how I was. Once upon a time, that was me. And I think I lost sight of that. And I go back to things my dad would tell me, like, if you can't be by yourself and happy, how do you expect to be with someone else and be happy? And he used to tell me that all the time when I grew up, like, just to reinforce that it's okay to learn to love you by yourself and be all good within you. And it's something about connecting with people when you are healthy in that way, because you already feel it and know it, and then you get around other people and it kind of just radiates off of you. And you can, I feel as though my energy and my confidence within myself rubs off on those around me, my loved ones, and it's just like a big energetic radiant boost of the people around me. And I love that. You know, I love that I can inspire those people to be, you know, more confident in themselves and love themselves on that level. Because so often we look at our partners, our parents, our, you know, friends and other people to be our own lift up, when we have to take accountability and lift our own selves higher. And I've really just been working on that. I've been focused on receptivity in a lot of ways, spiritual receptivity, like of myself. Like, hey, allow yourself to think that you look good. Allow yourself to feel like you're sexy. Allow yourself to feel like you are an intelligent being, because you are those things. Really just trying to build myself with positive affirmations during the day, on my way to work, on my way home. Really just focusing in on, like, it seems a little conceited, but it's positive. I feel like when you feed your ego in a positive way, it's obviously healthy for you. But I don't know why it never clicked over the past couple of years, but it was something that I was lacking, was just my own self-confidence. And that's like, when you put that onto somebody else, it's so bad. It is unhealthy, and it can create this like tug of war where people are like, I don't really know what I'm supposed to do, and it's not what someone's supposed to do. Someone tells you you're pretty, you should compliment. It's just how they're viewing the situation. Like, it all only matters how you see yourself 100%. And I think that taking those long, cold, hard look in the mirror of, like, I'd be like, I'm independent. I know I'm independent. Like, are you, sis? Because you do some codependent little bullshit that can be a little, and it's true. I would do things, or I would have like an expectation that like this was how something was supposed to be. And I don't think that most people, I can't speak for most people. I can speak for myself. I don't think that I'm meant to be that way in like a negative way. I think that when we're growing up, we're taught like, this is how you're supposed to be towards your spouse, or this is how you're supposed to be towards this person. But really, 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 like, your self-worth comes from within, and you don't let people attack that. You know what I mean? You have to learn when you're in connections and you're feeling like it's attacked, and you have to access and analyze that. And I'm only 30. It's okay. We live, we learn. If you're young and you're going through this right now, like, take a second and look in the mirror and like ask yourself, like, hold on. Who's in charge here, me or them? You know, like, who's determining my self-worth, me or them? You determine it. You rely on you. It's great to have a support system. My family is mine. You know, when I'm not feeling it and I'm not in the mode at the moment, I go right to my family, like, Mom, Dad, you know, what's up? I love you guys. I'm just having a rough day. It's nothing wrong with that. I feel like that's me being honest within myself to say, I'm not having the best day today, period. I feel like crap. I want to feel happy. I want to feel good. I want to feel positive, but I don't want to ignore or suppress the other things. I noticed that the more this year I've dug into myself and some of those deeper, small nuances about me, like, what is that? Why do I have this trigger feeling of, you know, not feeling like I was pretty enough at one point, not feeling like my body was, you know, the best that it could be at one point, you know, like having those unrealistic expectations for yourself even, like, is so unhealthy. And it just really feels like ever since I dropped that everything has come into a greater perspective for me. And this morning on my way to work, I was just crying. I was riding and I was listening to music and I was crying because it felt like I was just shedding off layers of like bull crap. Then I never, like, taking off layers of clothes I never want to put back on. Like, nope, done with this, done with that. Nope, you guys are not going to keep me down. No. I took off clothes and I just felt lighter. I felt like instantly lighter. Like these codependent coats, taking them off. I'm taking off the codependent coat. I want to put on a nice, comfortable, I love myself robe and just love on myself, okay? But that's what it took. It definitely took a lot of time and a lot of like deep, you know, journaling and reflecting and like asking myself, like, what is it, you know, in that I needed to learn. And I'm feeling like just so many lessons have hit me this year that I needed to see in order to move forward and to, you know, be a better individual for me, healthier for me. You know, like I said, I'm sleeping better, my skin is better, I'm smiling better, I'm making just better decisions, logic is more in line. I've had to learn a healthy balance of thinking about myself, loving myself, realizing it is a-okay to love on me, and I don't have to be odd about it. I used to get like modest, like I felt weird, like I was praising myself or I was being conceited. No, I just love me. And you guys should love yourself too. I talk about that a lot. I talk about a lot of self-love, but I feel like self-love or lack of self-love is a lot of the cause of our pain because we're looking for validation in other areas. And it's like validate you. You know what I'm saying? You wake up every morning and you look in the mirror and start to validate yourself. Affirm it. I am amazing. I am beautiful. My brows are popping. Period. I do it on Instagram. I post a pic like, man, my brows look good this day. Period. I'm not even going to apologize it because I think they look that good. I'm just being honest. You know what I mean? I think that's healthy. And it's so beautiful to see, I think, when people start to catch that. Like, I look at myself sometimes and I'm like, you are a much more beautiful person now because you feel it. I talk to myself, yes. But that's what I say to myself. I was like, man, I'm even more beautiful because I really, truly believe that I'm a beautiful person. You know what I mean? And when we start to see that within ourselves and we start to validate ourselves from within, I feel like you do a lot of other things better in your life. You're able to be receptive to compliments and to, you know, new information, to other ways of being, to just new insights. You're able because you already know yourself well enough to know. You're in touch with yourself on that level. So I know this is like a really short message. I've really been in this transformation, like shedding, very heavy. And it is emotional. It is energetically emotional for me. But it feels really good. It feels just like, you know, those moments when you can sit back with yourself and look at yourself in the mirror and you're like, I'm happy with what I see. Like, yeah, there's things that like we all want to work on about ourselves. Inside, outside, upside, downside, whatever. But like, I'm happy with me. Like, I'm really, really happy. And, you know, so I guess it's like I just looked in that mirror to my soul and saw that. Like, wow. This is what I look like when I love myself. Like, I finally saw that. Wow. Wow. Like, on a soul level. So this is how Scorpio season is treating me right now. Very, very, like, deep thoughts, a lot of releasing, a lot of letting old stuff go has been really, really good for me over the past couple of weeks. And just kind of taking things day by day and remembering to like breathe, you know what I mean? And remembering to just love me and to value and cherish the lessons, cherish everything. I'm forgiving people energetically a lot more than I had. I realized, like, wow, I forgive this person. Like, thinking about a wrong that someone had caused me, and prior you'd feel like all bad or you still felt bitter about it. Like, I don't feel bitter. I just feel like today was like a day that I was riding to work and all I could say was, I let this go. I really let this go. I forgive. And it felt great for me, like that releasing of that, like, oh my gosh, just amazing. But anyway, it's getting really, really dark out here. The kids are screaming. I really had to come on and give you guys a little just insight into where my head is and what's going on in my brain. I think next week I'm going to come on and talk to you guys about apologies and what they do. Not even just apologies, but forgiveness as well, together, kind of tied in together. And I'm going to see if my dad will join the episode, because a lot of what I learned about forgiveness and apologies came from him. So Dad, if you're listening to this episode, get geared up for next week, because I want to talk to you. But I am just so grateful and thankful for all of you guys for popping in for another episode. I appreciate you for tuning in every week, listening. I'm available on like 20 plus platforms now, which can bring tears to my eyes because I've only been at this for a couple of months. So thank you guys for all your continued support. Share the podcast, like, post, comment if you're watching me on YouTube, all that good stuff. I will see you guys soon. I apologize for the lighting at the end of the video. I've been in the park and I just like to sit out here, and it's been very nice for me. So love you guys. I will see you guys next Wednesday. Kisses, kiss, kiss.